and welcome to the grand opening of the National Aquarium here in beautiful Baltimore, Maryland, located next to the lovely Chesapeake Bay. And a special welcome to our special guest, Mr. Contest Master, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome aquarium tour members. Behold the tropical fish exhibit. Now the next fish on this exhibit is the ferocious lionfish. Now do be careful, because this fish has poisonous spines. Now this fish can be found. Young man, what are you doing? Mr. Lionfish! Mr. Lionfish! Row, row, Mr. Lionfish! Dad, Mr. Lionfish is ignoring me. Shawn, what are you doing? And why are you tapping on the fish tank? Well, I want the pretty fish to see me. The year was 1981. My father had taken me to the National Aquarium in Baltimore to learn a little bit about fish. It seemed I learned a lot about people instead. When you see an aquarium, what is the very first thing that you do? Do you tap on the glass? Why? Isn't it enough to simply see something beautiful? Or perhaps we need something beautiful to see us, to tell us that we are important, to let us know that we are beautiful too. Who here has kids? And who has parents? Me too! I was fortunate enough to be born into a family of beautiful fish. My mom was a pillar in our church and our community. A lot of people looked up to my mom. And yet my mom looked at me. Now my father was a union rep and an anti-smoking advocate. Scores of people looked up to my dad. But my dad looked at me. Every morning I would run into their bedroom and tap on their glass. Okay, I was jumping on the bed. But essentially it was the same thing. I wanted to be seen by two of the most beautiful fish that I knew. My parents were my celebrities. Who's here ever met a celebrity? And who would like to meet any celebrity just as long as it's not Britney Spears? I met a celebrity. Captain Chesapeake. Drink it in. Who's Captain Chesapeake? Just the greatest thing to happen to news reporting in Baltimore. Okay, he didn't really present news. He presented cartoons in the afternoon after school. But to an 8-year-old boy, cartoons were the news. I had to find out what Scooby and the gang were up to that day. I met him as I was coming out of an amusement park with my mom. I saw him there in the distance, and I ran to him, dragging my poor mother behind. Captain Chesapeake, Captain Chesapeake! Now you have to understand, Captain Chesapeake was old enough that he could have been the captain on the Titanic. He had had a hard, rough day, and I'm sure all he wanted to do was go home, kick off his shoes, and enjoy a little captain juice. He saw what I was doing. I was just tapping on his glass. So he reached into his car, pulled out his white captain's hat, and said, "Ahoy, crew member!" I went wild. I ran up to him and gave him a big old hug. And then my mom gave him a hug. Which was a little weird. I cannot tell you how important the captain made me feel that day. He made me feel like I was a celebrity. The captain was a beautiful fish. I'm afraid to tell you, to appreciate beautiful fish, you have to meet a couple ugly ones. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you the ugly ones, they swim among us. My very first job was running cash register at a local gas station. A quarter ton of candy and 25 thousands of highly flammable liquid. And someone left me in charge. Every day I would wipe down the counters, sort thousands of cigarettes. Sorry, Dad. And I would straighten my clip-on tie. Hi, welcome to Stop and Save. How may I help you? Say, don't I know you? You're the guy from the 10 o'clock news. I thought I recognized you. Let me ask you something. What's the hardest part about being a celebrity? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, I see. So the hardest part about being a celebrity is that people like me feel they have the right to talk to people like you. Wow. You're an ugly fish. Don't worry, I used the word fish. That's not what I was thinking. I mean, couldn't this man see what I was doing? I was just tapping on his glass. The only reason he is a celebrity is that people like me want to talk to people like him. Who here is a celebrity? And who forgot to raise their hand, considering most of us are Toastmasters and we've all given speeches in front of a crowd? Come on, put them up. When you stand where I stand, you borrow the attention of your audience. You never lose sight of that gift. When you are standing and speaking and there is a crowd listening to you, you are a public speaker. But when you're talking and there's no one listening, you're just a crazy man screaming at the wind. Appreciate your audience. Realize we all tap on the glass. We all want to feel beautiful. The next time someone taps on your glass, be a beautiful fish. Mr. Contest Master.